John, a 2-1 win against South Shields this evening, and probably your most impressive pre-season outing so far.
Yeah, I would say so. Performance-wise, was very good. We were really impressed with it, and like we've been saying all pre-season, the workout the lads got was brilliant, and the attitude was excellent.
Yeah, and in terms of that performance, obviously only pre-season, you can't read too much into it, but at the same time, you wouldn't know there was a league difference between those two sides, the way we went about the business.
No, I thought the game tonight was fairly evenly matched. Obviously we all know the way that they play, and we want to put our own emphasis on the game, and it was we just need to be organised out of possession and in possession, be organised as well, but obviously with a bit of fluidity, as the two lads say.
Yeah, and that goal coming from a set piece, which I'm sure is something that you would have been keen to work on, perhaps not as productive from those situations last year.
Yeah, 100%. We said this year we need to improve set plays defensively and attacking. It was one thing we touched on. I think we scored one at Fisherman's, and then we've touched on it again today, and thankfully the first one's gone in.
Yeah, and a bit of a grave. We gave it to Harrison Bede, and may have actually been an own goal, but once again, just in that right place at the right time, Bede, and that's what we saw towards the back end of last season.
Yeah, his job was the front area for that specific corner, and it fell to the front area. And Harrison's, as much as he's outstanding his defensive duties, he's also got an eye for the goal at the other end as well, which is it's a good trait to have.
Yeah, and I'm sure he was one contender for man of the match. It was given to Junior Mondell, and you can see why with that emphatic finish around the stroke of half time as well.
Yeah, it was a good finish. I thought just before that, Junior, things just weren't quite falling for him. He was kneeling on goal. Couple of touches, a little bit lax, but like the thing with Junior is he keeps going, gets himself up, and he keeps having a go, and it was good play. I think we won the ball back, so it was good play all around. Junior, good play, 1-2, greasy, and a good finish.
And into that second half as well. Whitby not to get on themselves on the score sheet in there, but all the way through we could just see that intensity in terms of trying to press South Shields as high as they could.
Yeah, well, obviously we had to be organised with it, because I think with South Shields, if you just go press them, they'll play through you, play around you, and they did get out a couple of times, but I think the lads organised it very well. Communication right the way from the back, from Blandy, Roy, was brilliant. It was good to see, and like I say, we want the lads to be working hard every single game, put 110% in, and they certainly did that tonight.
Yeah, and it sums up the quality of that performance, really, the fact that the only shot on target was the goal from the penalty spot, really. Nick Cranston, unfortunate to get that one out. Yeah,
he was unlucky, he got a hand to it. Obviously, he'd just come on the field. But yeah, disappointing to concede. That's a disappointing thing, that's a downside from tonight. But I think, other than that, there wasn't many negatives. Like you say, we've kept them to one shot on target, being a penalty, which is good. Frustrated them, and also when we had the ball, when we won the ball back, we showed people what the lads are capable of, and there's some good footballers in that team, and it's about getting the right balance with the football. Lads who are more battlers, would you say, and there's a good balance, so hopefully we just can gel it together.
Yeah, and they mentioned about Nick Cranston coming on. He's sent to a few cameos this pre-season, and I'm sure you're happy with what you've seen from him so far as well.
Yeah, he's been good. His attitude's always brilliant, is Nick. Well, obviously he got a few minutes at Beverley, then we give him half a game at Fisherman's. We actually forgot to bring him on at Redcar, so I think he got 20 minutes, 25 minutes, but he should have had a lot longer than that. But no, he got a few minutes tonight. It was a difficult one to try bring a goalkeeper on into a game of, that is against South Shields. Changing defenders on midfield is always difficult, but no, he came on, and he done himself proud.
Yeah, and in terms of the personnel you were able to bring off the bench as well, good to see quite a lot of versatility that we already knew we had, but players coming on and off, playing in a variety of positions as well.
Yeah, I'll use Colby as an example. He's obviously, last season we referred him to left back, and he's outstanding, did really well. He's come back pre-season and he's fit, but also while he's been away, has well stepped in at left back, and he's been really, really good there. So we give them both an opportunity at full back, and tried Colby a little bit higher in his old natural position, but it certainly gives us things to think about. But it's good for them because they've got the versatility, so if they're not playing full back, they can always play higher up the field.
Yeah, and just looking ahead, back in action again on Saturday, against another side that we know are going to give us a tough test at their Bishop Auckland, one of the sides that will be fancy promotion from the Northern League this season.
Yeah, there'll be a strong outfit, obviously, with the manager used to be here as well. He'll be keen to get one over on us. But like I say, like the game's all against Bishop. To be honest, it'll probably be a similar game to tonight with the way that both teams play, they're both set up. You know, I think it'll be a football game with a little bit of biting, which is good, and it's good to have the competitiveness in pre-season. But no, it'll be a good game, and it'll be a good test for the boys.
Which going off.